Forest with Carl Darlow in goal, a back four of Gonzalo Yara, Jack Hobbs, Danny Collins and Chris Cohen. A midfield of Henry Lansbury, Andy Reid, Jamal Abdoun and Radim A.F.C, and Darius Henderson and Simon Cox are the two strikers. Bournemouth have Stephen Henderson on goal. He's on loan from West Ham United. Simon Francis, Elliot Ward, of course, formerly of Forest, a loanee here last season, played 31 games for the Reds last season and then moved from Norwich to Bournemouth during the course of the summer. Steve Cook and Ian Hart, the vastly experienced former Ireland international, across their back four. They have Andrew Sermon, Jack Collison, Harry Arter and Mark Pugh as nominal midfielders, but as we say, it looks as if they might play Lewis Grabban in a wide position, so Grabban and Pugh would be the wide men, with Sermon, Collison and Arter in the middle of the park, and that would leave Tokolo Ranti, a South African international who's on loan from Malmo in Sweden, who will be playing up front for Bournemouth. Here though is a mistake, and it's Ranti through on goal. Darlow comes out and smothers the South African. He was clean through, all on his own was Ranti, and out came Carl Darlow bravely at his feet, and now Forest break the other way. Good save by Darlow. Here's Cohen finding Majewski. Majewski just overruns it slightly, and now Bournemouth have it again. This game is wide open early doors. How on earth did Ranti get away completely on his own against Carl Darlow? Good save though by Darlow. Here's Abdoun tricking his way past two, shoots left-footed, low down, goalkeeper saves and pounces on its second attempt with Simon Cox rushing in. I think Cox has just caught Stephen Henderson, who's kicking his arms and legs about, all sorts of frustration. What? He's rolling around and thrashing around, looks as if he's in all sorts of pain, Henderson. And I've rarely seen a player thrash about so much in apparent agony, but Andrew Balderston, the Forest physio, has gone running out there as well as the Bournemouth physio, and straight away they've called for a stretcher. What on earth has happened to the goalkeeper?
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, because they didn't really look as if there was a serious collision at all. He went down. Now whether he's actually damaged himself making the dive, Colin, that seems to be more the case than any damage coming out of a possible collision, because there was no real contact between the player and the goalkeeper anyway.
Cox lays it to Abdoun. Abdoun plays it early forward towards Lansbury. Inside right channel, Lansbury. It's got a tight angle, shoots across the face of goal, and it's always going 2 or 3 yards wide. Maybe out the corner of his eye, he'd just seen Darius Henderson back post, and maybe he was just caught a little bit in two minds, Henry Lansbury, but he was well picked out by Jamal Abdoun. And when he was going through the inside right channel, he fancied that he might net a 5th goal for himself of the season, but as it was, he's dragged it well wide. Collins gets there and wins it and finds Majewski, who tucks it in field to Lansbury, just inside the Bournemouth half. Lansbury, slide rule ball forward, Cox onside, Cox shoots just wide of the target. Dragged it wide, only just wide, from the inside left channel where he hit the shot in the end. He's dragged it wide of the right-hand post, but it can't have missed by much. This time he beat the offside trap. Well found, sent clean through, couldn't hit the target, 0-0. Sermon back into his own half again. Forest pressing well. Francis forward to Collison. Good turn by Collison, then a good tackle by Hobbs. Collison and Hobbs continuing to battle, and it's Hobbs who comes away with it. Then he's lost it. He's given it away, in fact, to Pugh, and Pugh charges forward. Hobbs trying to get back goal side of him. There are plenty of cover men on, and Danny Collins in the end gets the challenge in on Pugh as he tries to take them on inside the penalty area, and it does result in Bournemouth's first corner.
Yeah, Hobbs did well initially to win 2 tackles, but then eventually he sort of run out of ideas and just poked the ball away to one of the Bournemouth players. But a good saving tackle there has just given them a corner.
Referee has stopped play. Now, is the ref injured or is the assistant referee injured? I think the assistant's hurt himself. And there's Andrew Balderston coming out again to say, do you need any treatment? Yep, assistant referee is going off. The referee's indicated to Ned Kelly that he should pick up the flag and run the line, but the 4th official will do that. 28 minutes played, and another, I suppose you'd say, unorthodox stoppage, as the 4th official gets himself ready to run the line. And Andrew Balderston, having spent loads of time earlier in the half treating the Bournemouth goalkeeper, Stephen Henderson, who had to leave the field with what looked a very, very painful injury of some kind to his left arm or shoulder. And now finds himself, Andrew Balderston, treating the assistant referee, who looks as if he's pulled a calf, getting some ice strapped to his left calf. Fourth official goes on some warming up runs up and down the touchline to ironic cheers from the A block. A.F.C. curls it in towards the near post. Steve Cook heads it away. Comes for Reed, edge of the penalty area, tries to nod it square. Cohen has then won a good tackle as it looked like Graben might get away. Cohen left-hand side, hits the byline, drills over a cross, could have hit anything or anyone, and it didn't hit anything or anyone, and bounced away for a goal kick. Here's Cohen driving forward. Henderson now just plays it off the back of Jack Collison, but it's cleared only as far as Lansbury, who hits one! What a goal! Henry Lansbury, 30 yards, chipped it into the top corner. As the ball was cleared away by Bournemouth, it wasn't cleared away very far, and Lansbury picked it up and, as cool as you like, dispatched it into the top corner of the Bournemouth net. That is a magnificent hit from Lansbury, his 5th goal of the season, and Forest are in front over Bournemouth after 38 minutes at the City Ground. Sweet a hit, as you'll see. 6 minutes of stoppage time have been played. They've probably had another 30 seconds on now for that substitution. The ball is into the Forest penalty area from a long throw, and it's not dealt with, and it falls for Graben to turn and hit the post. Comes out now for Francis to drive one way over the crossbar. Forest had about 3 chances to nick the ball clear, and nobody was able to take that chance, but in the end, as Lewis Graben turned, spun on a sixpence and stabbed it towards goal, it hit the base of the post, and Forest were then grateful as the rebound was smashed way over the bar by Simon Francis. It is 1-0 to Forest, just. A.F.C. to take from Forest left, right-footed, in-swinging, 6-yard box, headed away by Francis. Comes out though for Abdoun, right-hand side. 25 yards out. Ranty forces him a bit further away from goal, but they've swapped passes with Yara. Now Abdoun has the chance to cross, back post. Henderson nods it back across the face of goal. He was going for the far post, and it was headed away by Cook as it was going in towards the far corner of the net. It's a good header from Henderson, back the way the cross had come, and Cook was equal to it. Torquay 0, Mansfield 0. So a sending off, and Mansfield will be playing against 10 men for the remainder. Here's Simon Cox though, bearing down on the Bournemouth penalty area and shooting, and the goalkeeper Allsop goes down and makes the save. Cox gets to the rebound, he's muscled a defender out of the way, pulls it back for Henderson, who can't get hold of it, and Bournemouth have the chance to clear. Hour play, Forest close to a second, but it's still 1-0, helped on by Reed first time for Cox. Cox forward towards Henderson, and Henderson this time is offside. Free kick given, and Bournemouth it is will have it. John McGovern.
Yeah, Henderson a little bit frustrated after Cox's initial good run and shot was blocked. The ball came back to Cox, who then just sidestepped the defender and then squared it to Henderson, who's about 7 yards from goal. And
Abdoun forward towards Henderson, who's beaten the offside trap. Allsop comes out, Henderson beats him and then rolls the ball just wide of the near post. Henderson looked as if he'd done everything right. He ran onto the ball, played through to him from Jamal Abdoun. The flag stayed down. Henderson had timed it right this time, and then Henderson beat the goalkeeper. Allsop came out to him, tried to stand up big against him. Henderson tripped his way past him, and from just inside the penalty area was unable to find the open goal.
Yeah, Bournemouth been 20 minutes into the second half, a little bit disappointing going forward compared to the first, but here comes Mackie on the right hand side trying to make headway. He's tackled out of it and wins a corner.
Yep, lets it run himself for a corner. Tackled by Charlie Daniels. Immediate impression made then by Jamie Mackie, having come off the bench. Cross goes Andy Reid to take. Far side, as Forest attack the Trent end. So be taken from Forest right. Left-footed, in-swinging corner from Andy Reid. 6-yard box. Henderson heads in. No, the referee I think has given a free kick. Won't count. It's a free kick, and now it's Bournemouth who are looking to break. This is Ranty It was presumably ruled out for climbing by Henderson. Well, there's a large section of the 28,000 in at this ground that thought the referee was pointing for a goal when he was actually pointing for a free kick to Bournemouth after Henderson had headed in. Steve Cook to take a long one. Matt Derbyshire has his tracksuit off and he's ready to come on for Forest very soon. Cook with a long throw into the Forest penalty area. It's headed on, comes back post, and it's straight into the midriff of Carl Darlow. Here's Harry Arter running away from Reed through midfield, middle of the Forest half. Now Ranty lays it off, but straight to Derbyshire. He's given it Lansbury. Lansbury forward to Henderson. Right hand side of the field. Henderson towards the edge of the penalty area. Now stops, holds it up, waits for support. Hasn't got any, to be honest. They all ran ahead of him, and he couldn't see anybody, so he had to go back. Forest, though, have kept possession. Here's Mackie. Mackie sending it left-hand side. This is Cohen. And Cohen now finding Jamal Abdoun. Left-wing position. He turns it back for Cohen. Cohen chips it forward. And here's Abdoun getting on the end of it. Got to Henderson in support. Scoops over across. Mackie heads towards goal. Rather acrobatically, but with no real power. And it's an easy save for Alsop. Here's Ranty down the left-hand side. Ranty running across the penalty area now and finding Harry Arter top of the D, away from one challenge and shooting over the crossbar. He got away easily from Matt Derbyshire's lunging challenge on the edge of the box, did Harry Arter, but then couldn't keep his shot down, and it's over and it's a goal kick.
Forest certainly coming under pressure, and a lot of tension at the City ground as they try and see this one out, and that's all the great turn there by Ranty again.
Ranty turns well 30 yards out, and he's fed it left hand side. Shot from Pugh, it's in! Low into the bottom corner. How it scraped in, I don't know, because he didn't seem to make any sort of contact. It was a great turn by Tokolo Ranty, which has set up the chance, and it was swept in first time by Mark Pugh, and Bournemouth have levelled a minute into stoppage time. It had been coming. Forest were getting pegged further and further back, and the late strike comes from Mark Pugh, and it's Forest 1, Bournemouth 1. And now Pugh gets the equaliser, but can Forest come back again? This is Henderson in the penalty area, digging a ball out from under his feet. Great feet by Reed, good cross. Mackie heads it straight to the goalkeeper. He was offside anyway, it wouldn't have counted. The flag went up, Alsop saved it anyway, and bowls it out to Graben, who loses out to Cohen, and then fouls Cohen, and Forest get a free kick, and there are 2 minutes to go. And here's Abdoun, and Reed outside him, and Abdoun curls one right-footed just over the crossbar. But the flag had gone up anyway for offside again, I think. So it's going to be another free kick to Bournemouth inside their own penalty area.